Hey folks, and we're back. Elves from 5 here. So I have turned the system offline so we can start switching the dates for Calendar Man. I'm assuming because I stopped the stream and started it up now, it might attach these two streams together. And so I haven't changed the title. If this is a separate video, I will change it to the 12 Days of Calendar Man. But we did the Father's Day one, another Father's Day today. Let's go ahead and switch our time to July 4th and boot up the game. And yes, I know this is a pathetic way to get an achievement, but really I don't want to have to stop and restart this game, or reboot this game, especially since once I finish it, I can delete it from the hard drive and add new games. Might actually also find I think the whole, if you put Rocksteady's date, it foreshadowed Halo 3, or not Halo, wow, I didn't mean Halo, I meant Arkham Knight. Let's see if I can figure out what Rocksteady's birthday is. Arkham City. Found it. Now this should put me right outside of the Calendar Man room. Those guys are still damn, so they don't interrupt us.
April, June, November. All the rest have 31, except for February alone, to which we, 28,
You notice he's still out June for me. Calendar Man, you're up.
Explosives planted at every exit and beneath this cell itself. What better way to celebrate Independence Day? My independence, of course, from Arkham. Unfortunately, I decided to be clever about it and had a calendar sent to police headquarters with the month of July ripped out. You figured it out right away and arrived just as the fireworks were starting. You stopped me from escaping, but not before the fire swept through the intensive care ward. But then, what's the 4th of July without a barbecue?
So wrong.
"30 days hath September, April,
You gotta say
June.
now about August.
The dogs will sit with their master on that hot August night, just waiting to sink their teeth into the bones lying bloody on the floor.
And that is August 16th. Oh, my father's birthday is Labor Day. I mean, I know that happens often, but it's very poignant this year because I believe he turns 60 this year. Alright, August 16th. Next switch. So, go to settings, time, August 16th. Go back in, see if this works.
April, June, and September of 28 is but one. All the rest are 31. Do you remember that wonderfully hellish August, Batman? Packs of mad dogs swarming the furnace-hot streets, savaging everyone in their path. One bite, and humans were reduced to crazed animals themselves. Good times. Though Crane provided me with the hydrophobia formula, I had the presence of mind to release the hounds on August 16th, the feast day of St. Roach, patron saint of dogs.
Wow.
An obscure date, I know, but I couldn't imagine a better way to celebrate the dog days of summer.
Oh. Oh. Such a terrible pun. Such a terrible pun. Boo, I say. Boo.
Labor Day, a day for workers. You work hard all year, Batman. Come back and celebrate on the day you deserve.
But who's the one scribbling out these days? Who's the one scribbling out the days? Give the game a few seconds to load, or glitch out as the case may be. Go figure. September 3rd's a Monday. It's like it's Labor Day or something. Let me guess. Took out the maternity ward in a hospital to make a fun of the word labor.
30 days after September, April, June. Ah, early September. Kids headed back to school, leaves starting to turn, and best of all, Labor Day. Like the year I posed as a construction laborer and drove a bulldozer through the gold exchange. Or the year I referenced the labors of Hercules and released lions, bulls, and wild boars upon Gotham. Better than a circus. Even you have to admit last Labor Day was my most inspiring.
Called it maternity ward.
Siege to that hospital maternity ward? You labored mightily yourself that day. Saved every one of them. Well, there's always next year.
Okay, so obviously next is October, which is going to be, of course, Halloween.
Don't be scared, Batman. Halloween will be a day to celebrate if you come and see me.
Oh, I apologize. When I rebooted the system, it must have turned off the mute. So I'm sorry if there was feedback. There, fixed. Oh, crap. I went back in without changing the settings. Multitasking. Something got pushed off my queue at this late hour. Alright. Hopefully that fixed any audio issues. Again, I apologize. Halloween. Ew, Halloween's a Wednesday this year? Ew. Just listening to how bad the audio was. A little off. You can hear it vaguely in the background. I apologize for that. Fortunately, it wasn't me talking, since I'm closer to the laptop that has the streaming device on. Oh wait, I already did switch to Halloween. Distractions, again. For me right now, it is 3:30 in the morning. I just hope this didn't overwrite the one video, since it looks like it says I've only been doing this for 5 minutes. We spent a lot of time going after Riddler trophies tonight.
September, April, June. Boo. Funny thing, Halloween in Arkham. It seems redundant here. Within these walls, the monsters are on display year-round. Of course, there was that one year Joker led a breakout on All Hallows Eve. What a wonderful night. Costumed revelers innocently partying alongside killers and fiends. Of course, the real screams came when it was time to unmask. Trick or treat.
That is a good joke on Riddler's part.
Who will give thanks this Thanksgiving?
22nd. That seems early this year. And then, of course, Christmas. Wow. That seems awfully early. I guess that would mean I'll have a full week of class after November. Or after Thanksgiving.
"30 days has November, April, June, and September. Of 28 is but one. You know, I always feel a little lonesome in November. I think that's because even the worst of us enjoy a good old-fashioned family Thanksgiving. I know I did a few years back when I dropped in unannounced on Turkey Day. All those surprised faces around the table. Mom and Dad could hardly believe it. Mind you, I don't know whose mom and dad they were. I was on the run and needed a place to lay low. That family, whoever they were, could certainly cook. Stuffing and gravy and pumpkin pie to die for. Unfortunately, they did, like I said, always feel lonesome in November.
Wow.
"30 days hath September. On Christmas Day, the Red Man comes. A bloody X marks the spot."
The Red Man cometh. Wow. On to Christmas. Christmas is a Tuesday? Oh, this year's holidays are all terrible at the end. I'm glad this goes a lot quicker than doing it
30 days has November,
360.
April, June. Ebenezer Scrooge was a saint compared to old Judge Harkness. Remember him, Batman? Gotham's hanging judge, they called him. Even though the state had ruled me insane, Harkness swore he'd send me to the gallows. So you see, it was all a simple act of self-preservation. I could hardly be held responsible for strangling that street corner Santa Claus for his suit. I needed the disguise to sneak into the judge's Christmas Eve party. Harkness thought it was all in fun, until Saint Nick caught him around the neck with a string of Christmas lights. The cops found him later, hanging from the elaborate light display of his own roof. Judgy almost looked like a cartoon himself, alongside the comical reindeer, elves, and snowmen. I call that murder my Christmas special.
Wow. It's like assuming the next one's New Year's. So New Year's, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, April Fool's, and I have no idea what May 13th is.
Will you still be alive on New Year's Day, Batman? New Year's Day comes but once a year.
I wonder if it's this easy on the PS4. to switch dates, or if it starts yelling at you when you switch dates. May 13th, 2018. I can't resist. Oh, Mother's Day, duh. Because it's May. Duh. August really is the most obscure holiday, with the Saint of Dogs and the dog days of summer.
New Year's Day. Should old acquaintance be forgot and all that. I made sure she wouldn't forget me that day, didn't I, Batman? It was the first New Year's party I'd been invited to in a long time. But then I wasn't really invited, was I? The restraining order saw to that. Still, she and I had been close, or so I believed. And a new year means a new start. I admit, stepping into a crowded ballroom with a flamethrower was
Whoa!
a bit dramatic. But what better way to melt the ice at a party?
Oh, the
She
puns!
should have taken that cup of kindness from me when I first offered.
The puns! Valentine's Day. Yeah, let's see what he says about Valentine's Day. My best friend hates Valentine's Day because it's his birthday.
Saint
The
Valentine,
fish.
Saint Valentine, give me your heart this February.
Oh, jeez.
Days had September, April, June, and November. Valentine's Day. Hearts and flowers. The perfect occasion to smother my new love with tokens of affection. I chose a dozen red roses, an assortment of truffles, and a darling little lacy thing. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to be so intimate. You might say I'd overdone it. And in truth, at that point, my love and I had not actually met. Ever the romantic, I followed her to her apartment. Loudly proclaiming my love, I drowned out her screams of protest. Sadly, it was not to be. So instead of smothering her with gifts, I simply smothered her.
Wow. Now that's love. Smother. Smother is a boy's best
30
friend.
days has... St. Patrick's Day will be special this year, Batman. St. Patrick's Day. Let's hope the river continues to run green, hiding the blood beneath the surface.
Jeez. Wonder if the Irish will be offended by his murder here. Then April Fools, then Mother's Day. And that'll be all the storytelling we get. And I can turn the internet back on.
Days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. March 17th, the day set aside for St. Patrick, the holy man who drove the snakes from Ireland. Interesting thing about snake venom, Batman. Some are green, just like the dye used to make green beer. That made it all the easier when I hosted that St. Patty's Day party for my old gang. As you remember, one of my henchmen tried to tip you off. I wasn't sure which one had done it, so I decided to punish them all. 1 dose of green mamba venom into the beer keg, and they were soon rotting under the shamrocks. So I guess that makes you responsible for their deaths, too. I'll drink to that.
I bet you will.
April 1st, a day of fools. Are you fool enough to miss seeing me on April 1st?
Not the controller! We'll be fine. I've got the other one charging. And like I said, we've only got 2 more dates, and then we're calling it a night. This was a good time to do it, given it was Father's Day.
"30 days has November, April, June, and September. Of 28 is but one. All the rest..." Well, 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 Batman. You listened well. You appear to understand the importance of dates, don't you? Let me tell you about this day of fools. I remember clearly that I watched her for days, waiting for the perfect moment. It was cold that March. It felt like spring would never come. They drank coffee, and she confessed her life lacked surprises. For 6 more days, I watched. April 1st, 5:22 a.m. I finished cutting through the brake lines of her car. From the camera I placed on her dash, I saw her panic. My only regret, she couldn't hear me yell, "Surprise."
Oh. Oh. So wrong.
"30 days hath September."
Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is Mother's Day.
Remember to give your mother a call, Batman, then come back and see me.
Too soon, man. It's been 75 years since she died. It's still too soon. You know, speaking of that, I think that should be the way I end this episode. Oh, not pins. 5/13, aka Mother's Day. And now the storyteller achievement will be ours. But such good stories. Like I said, I'm going to pull up the hidden one that took forever for people to find. Assuming I can set the Xbox One to go back to 2004.
30 days after September, April, June, and November. M was for the murderous look she gave me. O meant only she was weak and old. T is for her terror as she fought me. H is for her heart that I now hold. E is for her eyes swiftly dimming. R means rot, and soon rotting she will be. Put them all together, they spell mother, a word that means a corpse to me. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy.
Whoever wrote the script and the voice actor, they should have sent that to their mother on Mother's Day. I'm sure that would have pleased her exceedingly.
Was your father a stern man, Batman? Did he make you what you are today? Come back that day and tell me.
Alright, so I'm going to turn the internet back on. And I'm going to play that one again just because, in case this did save over, at least I'll have the video for the 12 days of Calendar Man. Technically 13, because we're going to do the extra one right now. Alright, December 13th, 2004. Before the Xbox One even existed. That is what day today is. Don't die yet, controller! I've just got 2 more things to do. Alright, give me a second. There we go. Let's see if this is the right one. Well, that's awkward. That's really awkward. One second. for hearing his thing about Rocksteady. Yeah, apparently he disappears. Wow. Wait, did the storyteller pop? Oh, it's not going to pop until I turn the online back on. Wow, I did not know that happens when you do the 12 days of him. Like, wow. There it goes. Hopefully storyteller unlocks. But I would definitely recommend, like, looking it up, because the Rocksteady one's really cool, because he says I'll be there at your beginning and at your end. And sure enough, he's in Arkham Origins, and he's in Arkham Knight. That is crazy. Just gone. That's madness. Anyway, because it is Father's Day, I thought what better way to end our stream of Arkham for this day, aside from Calendar Man, is going to visit his dear old father. So why don't we go ahead and spend a moment with his father, as we all remember our father, and we will call it a day. Hello, Father. The father who tried to sacrifice everything for his wife and his son. And his city. Well, that was kind of awkward since I got the Pay Your Respects achievement already, and then that popped. I see only 0.5% hacked the game like I did. And on that note, folks, thanks for hanging out with us this week. We got through the first half of Collectibles of Arkham. Hopefully next week we will be able to get through the rest of the collectibles in Arkham. All 76 of them. And finish the Riddler. As well as the final political prisoner. Should be a good time. Have a great week. I hope to see you this week as we do Vampire's Dark Run. And continue playing through Resident Evil on the weekends. Thanks for watching.